Hi everyone, welcome to Just Between You and Me. I'm Michael.
And I'm Michelle, and today we're talking about techniques that can support communication.
Yes, one thing that I would say we've experienced here is using imagery to support communication. More specifically, going into this idea of describing an image, typically with metaphor of like my experience of what I'm trying to get you to understand of me looks like
a cave, it looks like a river, it looks like the way flowers bloom, whatever imagery can come to mind.
Yeah, and I think we have some really good examples here. Would you like to offer one?
I actually want to go through describing a bit more before we start offering examples.
Cool, okay.
So I think some of the things that I really love about these techniques to support communication is that they can source from anywhere. Like you don't need, they don't need to be something special. What it is it's what's unique in the connection. So for Michael and I, we happen to play video games, and one of the video games we play regularly together is Minecraft. And we have used Minecraft in some of the connection to support communication. And hey, this is how you're showing up to me. I'm lagging behind in this aspect of the game, and that's like when you create this thing in life, and that's the way we make those connections. So we use that. We also use imagery from nature. We use other things in our reality.
It can really be anything that's like that we can source from our childhood, like things that we may think are silly and from our childhood and really behind us. Those innate basics can really support us in communicating subtleties or more difficult things to understand or get across in adult connections, everyday connections. Yeah.
In any relationship, really. And it's about the level of authenticity and the level of maybe comfortability that you've created within the connection, the level of depth. And maybe it's creating additional connection and additional authenticity and additional depth by using these techniques, by using metaphors and story and using realistic examples from life in the space that exists.
Absolutely. So in Minecraft, for example, sometimes we'll say, hey, you're trying to mine too deep, as in like dig straight down on this topic that I don't feel ready to mine deep enough on yet. And that could mean two things. It could mean you're going there before I'm ready. It could also mean I just don't feel ready and I'm never going to feel ready because this is a deep thing to mine. And that could be that could be a story or an emotional story or just like stuck emotions. It could be anything. But one way we've had really in the intensity of the emotional experience or the process, that simple metaphor has been invaluable.
Some of the other things are really leaning into what do you need right now? And like asking each other to define directly what it is that they need from us in the moment. That's also been really supportive in communication. It's like, I don't know what to do here. What do you need from me right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And recognizing that we may be coaches in our professional lives and be very supportive in doing inner work with ourselves and other people, but to live in session work mode 24/7 really isn't feasible for anyone.
Yeah.
So instead of always being in that like, hey, I want to support you and love you the way I know I'm good at, what do you need right now? What level of support? Do you need full-on space holding? Do you need just a witness? Do you need to just talk, or do you actually need someone to help you dig? So asking that question is so supportive.
So I guess another technique would be specifically asking questions. What do you need from me right now? How deep do you want to go? What's really up for you? Asking those open-ended questions.
Yeah, and being open to wherever it goes and not attaching to the outcome or an outcome. Like, I strive to come from this place of not saying Michelle needs support right now, so I need to show up and support her. And like, I'm not here to diagnose her and tell her what she needs. So being open to like, hey, do you want to dig on this thing right now or not? Like, it's not about forcing an outcome. It's about actually being supportive. And that might mean checking out for a while and not actually digging on the thing. So if we dig too much, we're just going to be unstable.
Yeah. So we love using imagery. We love asking questions. I think one of the best examples of the imagery, it seems to always come from Minecraft right now.
Sure.
But I'm slow in the game because I've never played before, and Michael's played before as a younger Michael. And so he was much faster at just doing everything. He's much faster at the controls. He's much faster at all of the activities, and I'm just slower. And it was interesting because when we noticed that it was the opposite when it came to processing work. I was much faster, and I could see things faster, and I was moving faster and using the controls in life faster.
And I wanted to take my time and be like, do I have my footing? Do another step. Do I have my footing? Do another step. Okay, do I have my footing? I feel like I'm slipping. And part of the process is you're just going to feel like you're slipping, and I know that. But this
metaphor was perfect because I'm like, the way that I'm experiencing you in Minecraft is something that I understand you are experiencing me in real life. Yeah. And the way you are experiencing me in Minecraft is the way I am experiencing you in real life. Yeah. And it was very supportive in connecting and a coherence of what each of us were experiencing.
Right, and creating understanding of each other's experience.
Creating understanding.
That was powerful. And this is a pretty deep one that's pretty unique to us. Like if you play Minecraft, cool, you can use this, and you may have your own unique experiences. We've used something simple as, Michele, you've said to me, hey, it feels like, this was not in our connection, but in the story, it feels like I've set the table every night for someone to come home and eat, and every night I'm just home alone. And it was that imagery to describe something, Michele, that you were feeling in your life, in your own personal process. And that's something very basic and simple. Like the imagery, the metaphor is powerful to like bring out empathy. Bring out, oh, I could put myself in that vision and I can see how that would feel. And it really supports feeling compassion. Yeah. Which all supports communication.
I think another set of imagery I've used specifically is around an idea of throwing a party. I got really excited to throw a party, and like I ordered all the decorations and I set everything up and I invited everybody, and then nobody showed up. And that's an imagery I'd use because that's very, like, there's an emotion there. It's like, I did all this work and I was so excited about it, and then nobody came. And there's like that's associated with that. Yeah. Which is something I've described to Michael about another process I'm going through.
Yeah. So I'd like to invite you all to just see these for what they are. They've supported us in communication. Yes, there's deeper processes that have come out of these, and it feels a little vulnerable expressing. And yeah, there's power in just creating imagery in your own way, creating metaphor, and building with your building blocks of how you can use basic things in your life to support your communication and your connections.
And asking a lot of questions along the way.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us today on Just Between You and Me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section down below. And if you want to contact us on any of our social media, please see the description section down below for all of that. Yes. And of course, like, share, and subscribe, and pass this along to anybody else that you think might resonate with our message or what we're up to today.
And also be on the lookout for our Patreon site coming out soon. We will have links in our upcoming descriptions and be doing a lot of deeper dives there.
Yeah, it's still in the works, so that'll be coming out soon. And I think that's it.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us today on Just Between You and Me. I am Michael.
And I'm Michele, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.